Welcome back to Big Show Pro with our weekly news update. You're here too. That's our working title. Today I'm going to be talking about the Deadspace Remake.
I'm going to be talking about Battlefield 2042.
I'm going to be talking about the Death Stranding Director's Cut. And finally, Mike's going to finish up with
the Steam Deck.
Also, we're going to travel down to that little area of the internet called Kojima's Corner. Hear what he's really trying to tell us with his tweets. Follow those little breadcrumb trails. So sit back and listen to what we have to say about what they think about what they say, and that's what we think. And whoa! Dubstep, 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 youth culture. All right, first up, Deadspace Remake. There's been rumors of it for a while. Pretty much everybody knew it was going to happen, but now it's official. EA Studios is remaking Dead Space. Dead Space is a survival horror game. I haven't played it, even though I love survival horror games. People have been telling me I need to play it. I own it. Still haven't played it, though. But EA's back with it. It's no longer made by Visceral Studios because Visceral Studios went defunct in 2017, got absorbed by EA, and now it's just part of the beast. I'm sure there's some developers that might have been there originally, but they're remastering it from the floor up. They're bringing back a lot of they're essentially bringing back the entire game. They are adding new story elements to it, but they're not taking anything out of it. They're using the Frostbite engine, which is a good and bad thing. They use that on Anthem, and they also used it on Mass Effect Andromeda, but they also used it on Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Squadrons. So
good and bad.
Yeah, good and bad. They're bringing back dismemberments. They're adding some features to that. One of the best parts about it is they have promised 0 microtransactions. EA is notorious for doing microtransactions. They also have had a loophole that they've done where they will release the game without microtransactions and then a couple months later add microtransactions. So they promise they're not going to do that. That's awesome. Stoked. So also, some of the storyline elements that they're adding, they're just trying to tie in all 3 Dead Spaces. So if you played all 3, apparently, they're going to add a few things that Part 3 would address eventually and Part 2 would address. Pretty much that's it on that I know so far. I'm excited for it. I don't know. I'm finally going to play it. It's sitting in my PS3 right now, and I almost purchased it on Steam. But the question is, should I wait for it? Also, one last thing. It's coming out on all next-gen systems. It's not coming out on PS4 or Xbox 360. It's just going to be for modern PCs, PS5, and Xbox One. S? Is that it? Is that the name?
I think so.
I always get the name wrong. Get better names, Xbox. So, yeah, Dead Space Remake. I'm excited.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah. Mike?
Battlefield 2042. Super excited. It reminds me almost of Battlefield 4 in a way. And this is my personal opinion. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, that World War II, World War 1 aspect is played out for me. They did it with Call of Duty. I could go on. It's just personal opinion. I know a lot of people love it, but personal opinion. Facts, the loadouts seem that they're going to be similar to previous Battlefields. You'll have a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, your equipment, and you'll have a throwable, which is good because it's not going to get too complicated, I don't think. Yeah, that's that. But a lot of people were worried because every loadout can equip a rocket launcher, and people hate rocket launchers in Battlefield because they just don't want all the vehicles to be blown up every time they spawn in. You know what I mean? But if you pick a rocket launcher, you can't have a med kit. So you got to choose if you want to support your team or you just want to go go for it. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The robot dog in there is gonna be like a buddy. His name is Ranger, and it's gonna be similar to a score streak in Call of Duty, where you get a certain amount of kills or whatever, and you can call him in, and you can use him to your advantage. He can go attack people. He can follow you around and let you know if somebody's following you. Yada yada. Target people. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We'll see. Not much about it. I'm excited that you can strap a C5 to it, send it into battle, and just blow up a whole squad.
C4.
C5.
Yeah. Oh,
C5.
what is C5?
I don't know, man. It's...
So is the dog gonna be in the battle arena too? Like if you're playing PvP, will you have the dog, or is it just story mode is the dog?
There is no story mode.
Oh, so it's just the battle arena.
So
yeah,
the whole thing is there's no single player mode. It's all multiplayer, but they added AI, so you're always gonna have a full battlefield. There's not gonna be like two people in the game. It'll be two people and a ton of AI, which they've been working on for a long time. They tried it in Battlefield 1. Didn't really work out, kind of buggy, but basically actual players will take precedence over the AI.
Okay.
So like if there's AI in there and you want to play, it'll kick out the AI and you'll replace them. But it's just to help fill games, and it could help you like learn how to play the game.
Is it different? Like the trailer looked like people from World War II were playing against, like there were characters from World War II playing modern. Was that the same trailer I saw? Or
I think I think there's a new game mode that they're coming out with called Portal.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So it's I just heard about it last night, and I think it's more like I think all the battlefields mixed together.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're thinking about.
Yeah, I'm not a big, like I said, I'm not a big first person fan, but I saw that and I thought it was an interesting take. Like I thought that was a cool idea.
The worry is like if that's true, like if you're fighting modern era versus World War II, how are you gonna balance that out?
Well, I from what I heard from a trailer was like your forces will be bigger if you're from the past, if you're from the World War, and you'll have more gear. The modern people with the modern equipment, they're gonna be nerfed.
Weapons,
well, they're gonna be nerfed because they have better weapons. So you're gonna have to be at some sort of disadvantage.
I see. That makes sense. That's cool.
I mean, I saw the trailer. I was like, that's pretty cool.
AI soldiers, yeah. Crossplay is confirmed, so you can play with your friends PS4, PS5, you know. Crossplay. I think they're gonna have cross progression too. So if you level up on PS5, you can switch over to PC and all your stuff's still gonna be there.
That's awesome.
Which is super cool. But you can also opt out of crossplay because a lot of console players do not like that they have to play with PC.
Yeah,
because there's a whole thing. There's a whole thing. We can get into that. But
all right.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. I mean, it actually looked cool. It caught my eye. Most first person games I just don't even really look at. But I went, oh, that looks like a neat concept. So that's what you got to say about Battlefield?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Next, I'm going to be talking about Death Stranding Director's Cut. First off, Kojima has an issue with it being called Director's Cut because he feels when a film gets a Director's Cut, the studio had interfered and prevented you or him from putting everything he wanted to put in it. Kojima says it was a complete game. It was his vision from start to end. So this isn't so much a director's cut as more of an expansion, essentially. They'll be adding new fighting mechanics. There are new weapons. There's something called a maser gun. Pretty sure that's just a play on the word laser gun, but not a lot has been talked about it. They'll have new ways of delivering cargo in it. There's a catapult launcher that you can shoot cargo out. You get this little robot buddy that you can ride, and I'm assuming that you can carry more gear and sit on top of him because Death Stranding is all about balancing and assessing your travel. Like, you can't just load yourself up and then climb up a gigantic mountain. So I'm sure this is going to come into play to help you with an easier journey. They're adding jump ramps, so when you're on your trike, you can just jump over cliffs, which is pretty cool. They're adding a fragile delivery racetrack. Fragile is one of the characters in the game. I think they just wanted to put a racetrack in the game.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that they're adding more concepts into the
Yeah.
game, you know, like
Yeah.
instead of a walking simulator, it's
I
you know, you
I take offense to that, but yeah,
well,
no.
yeah, but that's what people say.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah, racing in Death Stranding,
Yeah.
that sounds cool.
they have a shooting range. They added new guns. I'm kind of curious to what's the point of even adding more guns in the game because you're encouraged not to kill people. There's new enemies, new story missions. So they're going to expand on the lore of some things. I'm really excited about that. Problem is, it's PS5 only. I own PS4 only. So,
You gotta buy a PS5.
yeah. I mean, I wanted to do that anyway. I love games. I want to play a PS5, but I'm probably going to have to wait a while unless they somehow put it on PC, and then I got a fighting chance to play it. But I'm super excited for Death Stranding Director's Cut. So much to the point that I'll probably just watch people play it on YouTube till I'm able to play it. So,
Have you heard anything about the like haptic controls for it?
no,
Do you think there's gonna be?
I don't know. I really don't
'Cause
know.
I think that would be so cool.
The only thing about that is because it wasn't designed with haptic controls, I feel like they would have to work the
Program everything.
yeah from the ground up. So that's all I gotta say about Death Stranding Director's Cut. I'm super excited for it, and you should be too. Actually, you don't have to be. It's definitely it's an acquired taste game. But all right, Mike.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the Steam Deck, which I'm excited for. I mean, I'm apprehensive, of course, because nobody really knows how they're gonna do it. Of course, there's been portable PCs like that in the past. I've seen a couple things, you know, and I don't know. We'll see. A lot of it is we'll see, but they have 64 gigabytes to 512 gigabytes of storage, depending on how much you want to pay for it, which is cool. But you can't upgrade it except for the storage, so you can only get like an SD.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pull off the back and put it in a new hard drive or something, you know.
Yeah.
Which, you know, PCs are all about upgrading, you know, depending on who you are. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the graphics, they say they're going to be comparable to a PC itself, which I've heard differing things. We'll see. It's a smaller screen, so they can probably get away with a little bit of a lower resolution. You know, it's only 7 inches.
Yeah.
Similar to a Switch.
Yeah.
The button placement I'm worried about because it looks like, so they have trackpads on the sides, and then they have the buttons on top of that, and they have buttons on the back. So like, I don't know. We just gotta see.
Yeah.
Because everybody has different preferences.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't like the thumbs all the way up here, trying to, you know, I don't know. Preference.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's probably gonna be heavy though. I heard it's gonna be like twice the weight of a Switch.
Yeah, I could imagine with the hardware and
all the fans and you
Mhm.
know, they gotta put all that stuff in there. It's Wi-Fi only, but I'm sure they're gonna have an adapter you can Ethernet, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. 2 to 5 hours of gameplay, 2 to 8 hours of gameplay, depending on how
the frame rate.
frame rate.
Because they said the baseline frame rate is going to be 30 frames per second, which
Yeah.
they're shooting. So that's probably how you get 8 hours.
Yeah, you gotta run every game on 30 frames.
Yeah. If you're busting out 60 frames, you'll probably get, they say 2 hours, but 45 minutes.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's Valve. Valve's not the worst company. Everybody complains about them. They're not the worst. They've done a lot for gaming.
Yeah. Half-Life. Didn't they do Portal?
Yeah.
And then did they do Team Fortress?
Yes.
Yeah. They've done great.
Yeah.
They're just mad because
Counter-Strike, everything.
they don't make games as fast as they want. And everyone wants Half-Life 3. And that's it. People are just sour about it. Valve's a good company.
Cry about it.
A little bit more. So, anything else about the Steam Deck?
That's it, man. Like I said, wait and see. A lot of people have pre-ordered it. So Or
Yeah.
pre.
That's the other thing I heard. I heard there's been such a high demand from ordering it from Steam. They've pushed the actual shipping date out to third quarter 2022. So
We'll see.
yeah,
We'll see.
give them some time to work with it, work out the bugs
When
too.
people get it, we'll get more reviews and more.
Uh,
This is beginning stages.
Yeah,
right
we're in quarter 3 right now,
Yeah,
2021.
yeah.
So we're about a year away. So we'll see. And we'll tell you about it when we find out about it. We'll tell you what we think about what they think,
About what they say.
about what they say.
And that's what we think.
That's what we think about the Steam Deck. Cool? All right. And finally, we're going to leave you today with Kojima's Corner. Kojima recently posted a tweet of a picture of a tape deck with a cassette in it. Although the cassette said Death Stranding and the artist Churches, what he's really trying to tell you is, in Metal Gear Solid 5, one of the main features in the game is you collected tapes, which progress the storyline even more. So, Metal Gear Solid 5 had cassette tapes in it, right?
Yes.
Do you know what that means?
Metal Gear Solid 6?
No, he's had Metal Gear Solid 6 done since the day he left Konami.
Oh.
Metal Gear Solid 7.
Metal Gear Solid 7, dude. Oh my.
He's incredible.
That's insane.
You're welcome.
Mastermind.
So, that was our news feature this week. You're here too. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, smash that like or subscribe bell. Both of them. What else?
Comment if we missed anything. Comment your opinions.
Thumbs up. Subscribe bell.
Smash that like button. Smash that
it.
bell.
Smash it.
Just destroy that subscribe button.
Just do it. Your mother would be proud of you.
I'll give you a kiss.
I'll give you a kiss. All right. I was Tony from Hack the Movies, and you were
David Lynch's assistant.
Pete. Take care.